of Utah. One of several players on this upright rugby team that have been invited with Team Canada's U18 Maple Leafs to travel to France. There is a European Women's Sevens Championships going on. We're going to see our girls high school All-Americans out of the USA traveling there as well. So it is upright rugby that scores the first try of the match, currently up 7-0. When they went in pool play yesterday, it was the Utah Lions that came away victorious. The Utah Lions undefeated through pool play, going 6-0 in their matches. Upright rugby's lone loss coming to this Utah Lions side. And that was early on in the tournament. This upright team really finding their form. Players of note also the number 3, Taylor Hurt, their team captain, and number 5, Danny Grant. So now it's Utah Lions on the chance on the attack. An unfamiliar position for them. I don't think they've been losing a single minute of this tournament. This is a team that's come off hard and that's been training all year round. These girls played in the Las Vegas Invitational. They played over in Europe in the United World Games and played as well in the Victoria Sevens, falling in the championship to the Maple Leafs team by 2 points, or excuse me, falling to the Maple Leafs team. I know they had a ferocious 2-point win over BC in their semifinal. So now that was just Boots Aspinall, number 7 for the Utah Lions team, taking the ball up. She finds an offload and finds her teammate, number 6, Addie Sorensen, one of the players from United. This Utah Lions team featuring players from Harriman High School, United, and Snow Canyon. That's number 10, one of their recent high school graduates, Sani Iriema, from the United side as well. It is a number 10 and number 12, Spiff Cedric. They're 2 graduates. The rest of this team still in high school. Kat Stowers attempting to dive and get the ball, wearing the number 9 jersey. She's been a force at the scrum half position for the Lions all weekend long, as well as a reliable kicker when it comes to adding the extras for the conversions. But penalized, she's left her feet going for that ball, diving over, and they get the ball. Upright rugby moving with the penalty going forward, goes through the hands of their captain Tyler Hurd all the way outside to Liv Apps. Liv's offloads to one of her teammates. This is to the other number 1, Maddie Cochon. And Maddie, another one of these players with a Canada invite, she gets the try, easing up under the post. This is going to bring it to 12-0, upright leading. And we are but 1 minute and 30 seconds into this opening half of play. This has been magnificent girls high school tournament so far. We saw fantastic play in the girls open, where it was the Utah Barbarians side taking home the championship, defeating the Mambas team out of Idaho. Saw fantastic performances. Some other matches in the open bracket with the Fullerton Lady Lions. And of course saw the Coastal Dragons earlier today on field 1. Taylor Hurd adds the extras. It is 14-0, the upright rugby Rogues leading the Utah Lions. Plenty of rugby yet to play, just 2 minutes into the match, 12 minutes yet to play. We see a beautiful kickoff straight into the hands of that number 9, Kat Stowers. Upright rugby quick to find their defensive line, marking up their women across the field. You see the fake pass from Utah, a wise choice, as we did have a shooter coming forward from this upright rugby team. A shooter meaning when they're a defensive attacker coming forward. Hard to make a tackle. You see a high tackle. That was at number 9 from upright rugby, high on the tackle. Number 11, Liz Jepson. She is their player from Snow Canyon. She makes a 4-hour commute to play for this Utah Lions side. Number 14, McKay Paisley, out of the United Rugby team, taking the ball forward. Some nice offload rugby. That was Liz Jepson again, this time going to their number 10, Sani Iriema. Now taking their time, settling at the breakdown, finding the hands of Kat Stowers. Kat ducking a few tackles, looking for the offload, not quite getting there. It's the Utah Lions, wise to get a boot on it because upright rugby was there looking for the poach. This upright team is a team that is quick to get to the breakdowns, quick at the rucks, echoing the play of their world caliber Canada Women's Sevens team. Canada Women's one of the favorites to medal coming into the Rio 2016 Olympics. And look at this offload to the outside. Liv Apps, for once she's caught. This is a player that's had plenty of breaks throughout the tournament. She offloads herself though, and unselfishly it's going to be number 6 from upright rugby with a try down the sideline. Although she may be held up. See quite the chase there. That was Liz Jepson on the tackle. And indeed, this try is held up. No try scored. Fantastic cover defense. That was a great line break from upright rugby out of Canada. Neither of these teams giving up anything in this championship match. We have 3 minutes yet to play here in the first half of action. Utah Lions looking to get on the scoreboard, trailing the upright rugby Rogues 14-0. So we did have some tightly contested matches when it came to this girls' elite bracket. It came down to some of the final matches. We knew that Upright Rugby was going to go through as long as Play Rugby USA lost, and we still had a match that took place between Utah Lions and Play Rugby USA as the last pool play match of the game. A close affair before we had that lightning attack, or I should say this lightning delay. It's currently Upright that's on attack. And it's Upright that is going to score courtesy of their number 9. So solid presence on the outside of the field. Quick ball movement by Upright Rugby. It's going to be the recipe for scoring a try every single time when you can get that good catch pass, finding the open space on the field. 19-0 is the lead, looking to add extras. And she has been their kicker as well, so she'll get the chance to convert her own try. The kick misses its mark. The lead will hold at 19-0. Upright Rugby leading Utah Lions. There is 1 minute and 45 seconds left in this first half of action. So we see a well-placed kick from Upright, but straight into the hands of the Utah Lions, taken forward. It is Kat Stowers on the ball right now. Again, Upright quick with their tackles and quick with their defensive line. We see a shooter coming up in that number 1 gap, and the ball being moved to the outside of the field. Solid play, the switch effective, going from Sienna Iriema to Boots Aspinall. We see a breakdown here in the middle of the field, opening up space. And we see a penalty called. It's going to be a penalty to the Utah Lions. This time it's going to be Upright Rugby back 10, giving Utah Lions an attacking chance. We'll see if they can make their way across midfield. Indeed they do. The number 12, Spiff, that's Alex Cedric. She is a Harriman High School product. And we see a nice line break by number 6, Addie Sorensen. Plays her rugby with United in Utah. And so it's Utah going through a few phases of play. Ball finding its way with obstruction called. We're going to see a scrum, an accidental obstruction. And we see Upright Rugby making a tactical substitution, bringing on their number 13, McKenna Deemer. And we see the scrum set, Upright Rugby bringing on a couple of players, using the clock wisely. And as Utah Lions coming away with the ball, that's number 7, Boots Aspinall with the ball. She offloads back inside to number 10, Sienna Iriema. And we see the Utah Lions still on attack. It's Upright Rugby, though, that steals the ball. There is no time left in this opening half of play. Official time being kept by our center referee, but we cannot stop the game just because the clock is up. We see a penalty. Also can't end the game or end a half on a penalty, so it's going to be another play here for Upright Rugby. We see the ball tapped, Captain Taylor Hurd, going out to number 8, finding his hands, ball into the hands, and then the foot of Liv Apps, and that's going to end the half here. The first half of play comes to a close with Upright Rugby leading the Utah Lions 19-0. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
Commitment. It's the measure of every great player and of every true fan. It powers supporters as they push their team to greater endeavour. and drives the world's finest athletes in brutal but beautiful confrontation. Every ruck, pass, kick and try, ratcheting up the excitement until you can give no more. Commitment is in our heritage and in our future. Bonded by rituals, behaviors and values, a shared passion for the greatest game on the earth. It inspires us to push boundaries, constantly innovating for the good of the game. Rugby is not just about winning or losing. True commitment is all of this, and more. And what makes rugby is what makes Canterbury. Each shirt is crafted from the very fabric of the game. So when you pull on Canterbury, professional, amateur or supporter, you're wearing more than just a shirt. Canterbury, committed to the game.
Final half of action in our North American Invitational Sevens tournament. This is the girls U18 Elite Final. The Utah Lions Academy kicking off 2 Upright Rugby Rogues out of Canada. Upright Rugby wearing white, the Utah Lions wearing mostly blue. It is currently Upright leading 19-0 over this Utah Lions side. A bit of a surprise given that Utah Lions won their pool play match. This is one of our key players in the tournament, number 1, Liv Apps. She's got the speed. She's been fantastic around the contact point, and here is Utah looking to go quick off the line out. That throw does not go 5 meters. We'll see what referee Dave has yet to say. It's good heads-up play, just didn't quite find its mark there. Of course, any line out needing to go 5 meters onto the field of play. So we're going to bring it back for a slow, traditional line out, if you will. And this will be number 9, Kat Stowers with the throw. Utah looking to see if they can out-jump their opponents from Canada. We see them go to the back. A good call, given how Canada was set up to lift for their own defensive line out. So that ball lofted high in the air, and it's going out wide. It is the Utah Lions finding some space and finding some good attacking going forward, crossing the halfway mark, and earning a penalty in the process. We see Upright off their feet. And a quick tap here taken by the Utah Lions. Showing the dummy pass here, that is their number 12, Spiff Alex Cedric out of Harriman High School. Ball going out wide, this time to McCabe Paisley out of United. Finding its way into the hands of Kat Stowers, and it's Kat in a battle here with Liv Apps, number 1, trying to complete the tackle outside. She finishes the tackle, but not before it gets the ball back in, keeping the play alive. This is an opportunity here for Utah. There is space out to the left if they can find it. And they do. A little bit of a kick pass attempt, falling just short of its mark, I believe. If we were just able to get over that Upright player, it was good foresight. That was number 14, McCabe Paisley with the kick. Some thrilling rugby taking place here in the girls U18 Elite Championships. It is number 8 for Upright Rugby. On the attack, that is Michaela Knowles. A good carry, nearly getting it off to Olivia Apps. And we're going to see a scrum just short of the halfway line. We are 2 minutes into the second half of play. It is Upright leading 19-0. Plenty of time yet to go. The forward pass indicated by our referee Dave out of the NorCal Referee Society. And again, these 2 teams had met up in the elite pool play. We had 7 teams in the girls' elite competition, so they all played against one another. Yesterday, it was Upright Rugby Rogues over the Rocky Mountain Rebels in opening play 36-5. We saw the Utah Lions win their match against the Rebels 41-0. Later in the day, it was Upright Rugby falling to Utah 21-12. Utah continued their winning ways 26-10 over Atlantis, and Upright Rugby as well 22-7 over Play Rugby USA. They continued in pool play action today. And we saw Upright winning all their matches today, Utah winning all their matches as well. Right now, Utah looking to make something happen. They're going to have the advantage. They have 1 player up as one of the Upright players. Their number 5, Danny Grant, shown a yellow card. Danny been a speedster. This game has seen a lot of tries coming from Liv Apps. We saw number 6, Taya Swobda in, and their number 9 for Canada. So a little bit even distribution, a lot of work being done. We see a Upright player down on the ground. It looks like we're gonna need a minute for the trainer to come out. So we see a stop in the clock. Danny Grant gonna have about 1 minute, 40 seconds left on her sin bin here for the yellow card that was issued. So we'll take a break as the trainer attends to the player that is down for Upright, and we'll be right back with more action. So we will see a resume in play right here. It is upright rugby with the penalty. One of their players unfortunately coming off the field with an injury, quickly attended to by the training staff. Upright rugby still going to be short a player. Danny Grant out with a sin bin. So they've got a one-man disadvantage. The ball knocked forward in the tackle. A solid tackle out of Liz Jepson, that number 11 from Snow Canyon. So we're going to see advantage applied, no advantage gained. It will be a Utah Lions scrum 5 meters past the halfway mark. About 3 minutes left to go in this girls U18 Elite Championship match. It is upright leading 19-0 over the Utah Lions. Utah still trying to find that in goal, looking to score the try. They were victors in their pool play match 21-12. Today it's a little bit of a different story. Upright certainly finding its form. Their men's team just won the U18 Boys Elite, defeating the Eagle Impact Rugby Academy on the last play. We see solid play coming off the scrum here. Kat Stower is looking to go to the weak side. She dishes it off to their number 12, Spiff, and she is tackled out of bounds. Well done, upright rugby. We're going to see an upright line out. Still about 40 seconds left on the yellow card for upright rugby. The line out throw is good. It is the number 9 from upright rugby throwing the ball in, getting the ball back. On the receiving end of a ferocious tackle from the Utah Lions. And here it is touch. Liz Jepson, a tackling machine. She gets Liv Apps out of bounds. However, we see a penalty called, a high tackle. It's going to be upright rugby penalty. We are inside of 2 minutes left to go in the game. And now the sin bin is nearly done. Danny Grant almost back on the field. It's going to be another play there before referee Dave will let her back in. So it's number 9 with a quick tap off to the other number 1, that is Maddie Cajon. And upright breaks the line. The sweeper Kat Stowers, she gets a hand on her, maybe slows up Michaela Knowles just enough so that way one of her Utah teammates can finish the tackle. Well done by Kat in that sweeper position. That one-on-one tackling skill, crucial. So now it's a Utah Lions ball. They draw the penalty, working on their way to the outside. They are still up 1 woman. And it's Abby Sorensen, that number 6 with the break. Tackle to touch. A good break downfield, a really good attacking chance for this Utah Lions side. There's going to be another line out here to upright. Now able to bring on their number 5, Danny Grant. So they're back at full strength from the sin bin. We substitution Steph Aikman coming on from Harriman High School for the Utah Lions team. Sounds like they're bringing off Sani Iriema. And we see upright controlling their line out, getting the ball. So there is that number 5, Danny Grant, that was off the field with the sin bin. She is a dangerous threat, and she's showing us exactly why. She finds the smallest of holes. She threads that heel. She's downfield. But this is Liz Jepson from Utah Lions on the chase. Not quite getting there. She shows a good burst of speed herself. Danny Grant outlasts her. Comes back on the field, scores a try. Is going to put this game away. It is 24-0 to upright rugby, pending this conversion kick. Fantastic showing. It was an unfortunate sin bin for the upright team, but they maintained their composure. And right now, maintaining a shutout in this championship match. And the kick is good for upright rugby. And that is the game. Congratulations. It is a Canadian sweep. The upright rugby Rogues from Canada taking the men's elite or boys elite championship in the U18 division. The girls U18 is going to upright rugby as well. It is the Utah Lions, the hard luck losers here. The home team undefeated through pool play, falling in the championship. However, heads up ladies, fantastic amount of rugby played and fantastic minutes. This is a program that is still in their first year of existence, and they have toured the world, showing that they belong amongst the best of the elite of the elite. Can't say enough about this upright rugby program. This is a team, again, just recently started doing their youth tours, U16 men, U18 men, U18 girls are going to be adding a senior women's touring side quite soon to join their men's touring side. This has been a fantastic 2 days of rugby here at the Regional Athletic Complex in Salt Lake City, Utah. It is the reinvigoration of the North American Invitational Sevens. It has been a pleasure watching this tournament. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Liz Entwistle with the North American Invitational, and one final thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Canterbury North America, to Atavis, to the Radisson downtown. We had our food truck village. We had Soul Kicks on site, Sisu mouth guards, a fantastic tournament. Thank you again, and we will see you next year.